Alright, welcome back to another episode of the ASEAN Project. I am City Shaper, or as the people here know me, Roy, and today I hope it's gonna be a crazy episode. So, for the last 11 episodes, we've been working on this island of Bali, and soon we're gonna move on to Kuala Lumpur. But before we do that, we have some unfinished business in Bali, and that is that there is not so much traffic. So I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I think are gonna help. So first of all, I have like one trick, and for that you need the asset editor, and it is about adding more scooters. So let me show you what I mean. So if you go to the asset editor and you go to the asset browser and you go to vehicles, you will see that there are like 10 cars, 3 buses, and a whole lot of other vehicles. And there's only one scooter bike. So what I've done, I've duplicated many of these scooters. I just did like this, duplicate and edit, and I changed a little bit of the parameters here. So now I'm gonna make a fuel scooter. The fuel goes a little bit quicker, and I do them all like in random numbers, so that they're all kind of different. And by doing that, I hope that the variety of different vehicles is gonna be more. And there is more percentage of the scooters overall from all the vehicles. So let's see if it works. I'm gonna copy and paste a bunch more. So let me just do scooter bike 9. What you do then is you close, you go here to the scooter bike again. Now you see scooter bike 9 right here. Check if it's good. Well, as you can see, that looks proper. It's a scooter. And from there you just press the 3 points here and press save. Make the name good, save asset. So now we have added scooter bike 9 into our collection of vehicles. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make like maybe 10 more, and hopefully this will work and increase the amount of scooters. Alright, so as you can see, I've added a whole lot of scooter bikes. I think I have 20, 23, something like that in total. I'm really hoping that this will work, because if that works, that's just gonna be like such a game changer for the whole ASEAN project. Awesome, so now that we have the scooters in place, I think it's time to work on some other issues that we have in the project. So I think a big reason is that there are just not enough inhabitants. I mean, we have 1,000. So the goal in this episode is to at least have 2,000 inhabitants, and for that, without changing things too much, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of things. First of all, I'm gonna just be plopping a couple of small buildings here, there, and on places like those on the map, a little bit out in the outskirts, just to add a little bit of space. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is blocks. So if you go to your Find It and you search for block, you can install this mod with high density residential blocks, high density office blocks, etc, etc. And they're basically just small little blocks like that you can also adjust. You can put that thing what you see there, this kind of cone, you can put it in the middle, or in the back. You can give it parking spaces and all that, so they are very handy. Also, you can just plop a whole lot on top of each other, which is really gonna help with increasing the density of this whole place. So I'm not thinking of putting them everywhere. I just want to plop a couple on strategic spots where I want a lot of people to be. So let me show you what I mean. We're first going to be starting with the high density residential block. I mean, that's just the key thing, and I want them in a place where it's highly residential. So I think here in Canggu in general, there should be a lot of people, and we're just gonna be starting by where we started this whole series, is in Reese Homestay. So I'm gonna go to here, check the high density residential block, and I'm gonna be plopping a lot here. As you can see, it is exactly under the building because I have anarchy on, so you won't be able to see them. That's exactly what they are meant for. And I'm gonna be just plopping them like that on top of each other, a whole lot. As you can see, this must house possibly, let's see how many one of those houses. Let's see. One of those things houses 11 households. I mean, that's a lot. And if we just do that on a bunch of strategic places, that's gonna help a lot. And I'm just seeing now that we have a little issue here. So let me put that thing here again. And let me plop a couple of those again. Block. High density residential block. Okay, so they're still there. Awesome. So now we're gonna do that in a couple of strategic places where we just want a lot of traffic to be. Let's see how quick the people will move in though, because that's something that of course needs to happen. And as I said, the goal is like 2,000 people this episode, so at least like double, more than double. So let's see if we can make that happen. Alright, so as you can see, I've placed a bunch of these residential props. I really hope that this is gonna increase the amount of inhabitants that we have. So let's press fast forward a little bit. And let's also see if we can also place some other type of blocks like offices and commercial. Alright, so let me place some office blocks as well. Quite a bunch. And hopefully that's gonna help with the demand. Yes, it does. As you can see, there's no demand at the moment. So in the meantime, I think it's a good idea to do something that is kind of missing here. And that is parking places and upgrading the roads to have some parking places. Because these roads, they look amazing, but they don't have parking places. So what I'm thinking is to use these one-way alleys to just replace a bunch of these. Maybe for instance, this one right here. Alright, so we're gonna do a couple of these roads. I'm thinking just these small alleys here in between, they can be a really good candidate for being these kind of roads. And then also adding parking spaces to the sides there. I don't want to do it too much, so I'm gonna create some spaces. I'm thinking like for instance here I really don't want parking because it's gonna look bad, especially on this part and this part. It's gonna be really like cars parked in the middle of this kind of square thing, so we really want to prevent that at all costs. So what we can do is up like that, put a piece of road so that when we upgrade the road to the alley, we can just do this part only or this part only. And I think we want this to go like this, and actually this one should go this way then in that case. So we have some parkings here, parkings there. Maybe here one as well. Whoop, like that. And maybe here one as well. Or not. What's happening here again? Ah, okay, I see. There's a piece of road missing. So we're gonna add that real quick. Up like that. Make sure it's the right way. Awesome. Put the building back. Perfect. So I think now we've created some parking zones in the streets, which is very nice, but we will also need more like real parking places like these. I'm gonna use especially the small ones, and I thought of one idea. I've thought of using this part here as a parking space, and what we can do with that is we can take this motorcycle parking lot, click this here, and then what we do is we remove all these assets, and that way hopefully motorcycles will park here in our custom parking place. I mean, that's gonna look super cool, I think, I hope. Like that, and hopefully that will work. Alright, so we've plopped down some parking lots, increased the capacity of residents, commercial and office. So I'm gonna do a little time lapse and see if the population is growing. Okay, so I don't see it going fast enough. I think what we need to do is really put the taxes a little bit down, especially for the residential part. See what's happening. Traffic is a problem. That's amazing. That's just like Bali, so that's great. High crime risk -7. I think maybe if we increase a little bit of the budget of the crime, or of the police, I mean, that might help us a little bit with making the island a little bit more attractive and hopefully getting more people. So let's see what's happening here. Still getting some money, not a lot, but at least we're in the plus. People are coming, just not quick enough. Just not quick enough. And I know adding schools and all that type of stuff will really help, but the thing is, I'm gonna be working on schools and all that more in Kuala Lumpur. This island, I kind of want to keep it like, yeah, it's maybe a bit bad, but I want to keep it uneducated, not too many office people and all that. because yeah, I don't know, I think that suits the island vibe a little bit. Not saying that the Balinese people are uneducated or anything like that, but yeah, that's just something. I feel like Kuala Lumpur needs to be super educated. This is the big city, etc, etc, and like that we're gonna create more of a contrast. So I think it's starting to get up a little bit. I like it. I think I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more budget to the police. 70, like that. Maybe a little bit of healthcare up. And let's just time lapse it again and see what happens. See if we get more people and how long it will take. And also let's see if we will get more scooters. I think it's working. I mean, that's many scooters, isn't it? Ooh, I think it's working. That's great. Awesome. So let's time lapse it again. Hopefully it works, and then I'll have another trick for you guys. Alright, so as you can see, it's not really going too fast. We went up a little bit, but then it kind of halted. And I think that is because, as you can see here, we have 413 jobs, but 368 unemployed people. I think we might want to create a couple more job types, especially like maybe something like with industry. And luckily for us, you have these blocks also with industry. And I do want to make sure that the wind is not catching any other places of my whole island, or of my whole map, I mean. And that's why I think it's a good idea to place it here near the ferry and see if that's gonna help us with creating more jobs. So let's see if I can place a bunch right here. That's amazing. Oof. Yeah, workers. Let's see, what's that problem? What does it say? Lack of labor. Cannot find. Ah, see. Okay. So you see that they do like it, and actually more comes up. Also, I see here that the demand for commercial is bigger again. So I think we will need a couple more commercial blocks as well. So let's drop a bunch of those too. Here and there and everywhere. Up like that. I mean, it helps a bit. You can see the population is growing a bit again, so that's exactly what needs to happen. So that's good news. Let's drop a couple more. And the reason that I'm really not minding too much about where I drop these, as in like if it's in a house or in a commercial thing, is that like people kind of live and work through each other. Like, I mean, combined, you know, people live in their stores or work from their houses. It's all a bit more blurry than here in Europe, and I think that's a really cool thing to also kind of recreate. So we got this problem here again. Let me fix that real quick for you guys. Delete. All right. Let's see. Okay, people are coming in again. So I think meanwhile what we can do real quick is just what I said before. Place a couple of houses here and there. It's gonna really make the island pop a little bit more. Just a couple of red roofs here, maybe here. I think that's gonna just add so much. So I'm gonna be building that right now, and let's see how that turns out. Alright, so we have placed a bunch of these nice little mini villages in the mountains. I really still had to place that. Also, it adds some space for people, some places for work and all that. So I think that might be handy. And as you see, more and more citizens are starting to come, which is amazing. So I think now really the look of everything starts to be so amazing. Now there's one last thing I would really like to do, and then also time lapse it again, see if we're getting more traffic. Well, it seems like it, right? It seems like it. There's at least more traffic than there ever was before, which is amazing. And then there's this thing which I really think is a great idea, and that is invisible paths. And with that, I think, because Canggu for instance is a mess, so we want like the pedestrian path. We want to turn snap off, and what we can do, we can just create a bunch of random paths over the roads so that you will see people walking in the middle of the road. And I think that is gonna make things look so realistic. So I'm just doing like this, up, and see if that's gonna add more foot traffic, which I think it will. So let's see how that will look. 1 second, let me update a couple of these paths right here and just have a little look. Alright, that seems to be working, it seems. Right? Am I right? Yes, they are walking on these paths. Oh, that's just amazing, honestly. That just increases so much the realism of the whole Canggu place. Just people walking in the middle of the streets, crossing, like an absolute hell to walk. Also a bit dangerous when you're on the scooter. I think it would be cool if we can also like make an accident happen somewhere in this island, because that's just something that really happens here and there every day on Canggu or in Bali. So let's try to see if we can also get an accident happening today. Another milestone. We need like 500 more inhabitants. We need an accident. There's some challenges, and it would be great if we can make those today. Wow, so many scooters, that's crazy. I think what I've been doing before, it really has been working, because we see a lot of scooters. And now I'm thinking of something, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. So I'm a bit like, skeptical about this, but I think I should try it. But before I try it, I really need to save this game, because it might go wrong. I'm calling this episode 12A, save. It might go wrong, but what we just did with the pedestrians, how about we give that a try with the scooters or with the vehicles? I don't know. It's maybe a bit risky, because you can also risk like a lot of cars going besides each other. But you know what? I just really feel like trying it. So you have invisible car path, 2x two-way. And I think maybe if we put like, well, I guess the one-way would be better. Yeah, so if we try to do that, let's see how that goes. Just a bit like in the middle, because sometimes what happens is, this happens all over Bali, it's quite crazy. There's a two-way road, but actually they're used as if they're like 3 lanes, so it can get very confusing at times. I remember driving there for the first time, not knowing what lane I was on, and it seemed like the people around me also really didn't know, but they really didn't mind at all. So yeah, quite a Bali thing. Meanwhile, the population is growing quite a bit, and let's see if these cars here, because we've been doing that. Let's see, 1 second. Invisible. This episode is a little bit all over the place because it's a lot of testing. I hope that's okay for you guys. Up like that. Oh man, it seems to be working. Did you see that? The scooter was driving down the middle. And this guy also, oh, I think that is so cool. So if it gets busier, maybe sometimes you will see like 3 besides each other, 3 scooters besides each other, which was impossible before. You would see them just standing all behind each other, but the traffic is just not that neat in Bali. So that's amazing. I'm gonna drop down a couple more of those kind of paths, see if it can really help increasing the chaos in the whole city, and I'll get back at you after. Let's do that. Alright, so I've placed a bunch of these kind of invisible roads. Let's see if this helps with the traffic chaos. It would be really cool. On purpose, I did it mostly on these bigger roads, not on these smaller roads, because here people drive a little bit more in their lane, because of course there's also no space for 3 cars most of the times. So I think like that it's quite good. The only thing we might, well, actually there's a little piece of road here, so that's fine. So I think I'm gonna press play again, do the time lapse again, see if it helps a bit, if we're getting the numbers up a little bit. I mean, it's an attractive island. Who wouldn't want to live here, right? So yeah, let's do a little time lapse again. This time I'm gonna do it in Lovina Beach, see if something happens. It's so calm here though, it's way too calm here. Should I do the time lapse here? No, actually, in fact, I'm gonna do the time lapse right here in Canggu, in our main area. Also here where I did all those crazy streets, and let's see what happens. Alright, it seems to be working quite well. those paths, but still we don't have enough traffic to really see the full potential of it all. So I think, ooh, another goal completed. That's amazing. Excellent. Yes, we love that. That's such a Canggu thing. Without any disrespect, but that's just what it is. Involved in an accident, and the police is there fixing everything. I mean, that's great police, right? They came quite quick. Oof, alright. Whatever, all good. So we have the accident secured. Now, if we can also get a scooter accident as a bonus, that would be amazing. Not sure if that's gonna happen. Another thing that I thought it was another accident. This is the same one. Another thing that I was thinking of is this. The garbage is piling up, and that's quite of a problem because we don't even have a garbage dump here. And in Kuala Lumpur, I don't think I want to secure any space for the garbage dump. So I'm gonna be having to think about where to put that. And I know that Ho Chi Minh City at some point is gonna be our like industrial hub, or like the capital of industry and all that type of stuff. So I think maybe making the garbage dump already, just jump ahead in time a little bit just for the garbage dump and then go to Kuala Lumpur. It might help things, although at the same time it's very far away, but it is what it is. So far we're almost near 2,000 inhabitants, which I find amazing, but I'm feeling that we might want to add a bunch more of living spaces. I don't know if there's like a menu where you can see how many people live where. I mean, homeless 0. No, of course, because we have many houses. Birth rate 27, death rate 8. I mean, that's great. Moved away also very little. Jobs, employed, Yeah, I mean, it's going pretty well. We have, let's see. Yeah, we have kind of like a big adult civilization, population. Very little kids and teens. I think we should get more teens at some point, but it might be a little bit difficult without schools. The reason that I'm not putting schools here is just because the models are not exactly the best for this Bali-like island. So I'm really gonna wait with that for Kuala Lumpur. But the cool thing is that also will challenge us to do a bus route or something like that from Kuala Lumpur to here, to ensure that these Balinese kids can also go to school. I mean, that would be a crazy life, right? Like living in Bali and going to school in Kuala Lumpur. Well, guess what? In the ASEAN Project, it's all possible. Alright, we're almost at 2,000. It's amazing. Might have to speed it up a little bit more even. But yeah, we're reaching our goal. Fantastic. So happy that we could do the things that we did today. So eventually it turned out to be a hell of an episode, because these things, all our goals are accomplished basically. Except for the small scooter accident though, but that's... Alright, one more 2,000. Yes, we are there. Our goal has been accomplished. We doubled the amount of inhabitants plus a little bit more. And honestly, it starts to look a lot better. I really like how you see like a lot of people walking here. Sometimes they walk in the middle of the streets as well. You see some cars doing weird things here as well, which is so realistic. Absolutely, we increased the amount of scooters by crazy, as you can see. I mean, okay, these we've plopped, that's true. They are just props, but these, they're all in use. So that means that there are many more scooters on the map. Also, soon I have something fun. We're gonna be adding tuk-tuks to the whole game as well. I on purpose didn't do it on Bali yet, because you don't find tuk-tuks here. And in other places in Southeast Asia you do find them a lot. In Kuala Lumpur, in fact, also not, so that's gonna have to wait till Thailand. That's the first time that I saw tuk-tuks. And for that I have already modded some stuff. I fixed some things to really give that vibe too. For now, I think that our Bali island is ready to run on its own a little bit while we work on Kuala Lumpur. Which is gonna be so interesting. How this is gonna be, like, how is the dynamic gonna be between the two? Maybe we're gonna put ferries, like what we said before already. We need school buses, or maybe the kids go to the school with the ferry. Literally anything is possible. Kuala Lumpur is gonna be a super different build from Bali because it's gonna be way more about traffic, public transport, laying highways, high-rise as well, which is something that I'm quite experienced in myself as well. I made a lot of these huge city maps. Actually, Bali was kind of a new type of thing for me. But the Kuala Lumpur thing, combined with all those temples and all these things, and the high rise and a lot of traffic, public transport, I think it's gonna be such a magical city. I'm now at the moment preparing a little bit of a layout because Kuala Lumpur is huge. No way that we can fit the whole of Kuala Lumpur here. But what we can do, we can at least make the shape kind of similar and put some of the iconic buildings like the Petronas Towers in places where they belong. And from there, we're gonna see how we're all gonna do it. So nice, everybody, for joining me while building this Asian project. It's really becoming its own world, which I love. I also see that while I'm talking, we're still at 2,000 inhabitants. It's like a magical number, I guess. Now I think it's waiting for us to go higher till we're at Kuala Lumpur. So I'm just gonna that's gonna be okay. So I'm just gonna quit this episode, and next time we're gonna be starting with Kuala Lumpur. I'm so excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know if you have any feedback, tips, suggestions, like for instance the water irrigation here on the rice fields. Great idea. I might do it in the future. Just that we're done right now with Bali doesn't mean that we're done forever. We're just gonna move on to the next part because we want to really start filling this whole map up. Anyhow, I'm talking too much again. Appreciate y'all and see y'all next time.